Then, you know, Godlike and Galorys matching up here. The beautiful part about the Swiss stage is there's no what ifs, right? There's no, oh, well, you know, X-Rock didn't get a chance to play Wolves. No, that already happened in the Swiss stage, you know? And so the beauty of this tournament format is we get to see all the matchups that you want to see, and that all these teams get a chance to make it to Saturday. As we see Godlike with the aggressive push into this hard point here, able to lock down this P1, and Bees with the absolutely deadly sniper shot, but then taken down, and then Lucas is out there with the Fennec, taking this hard point, contesting this hard point. P1 always divisive here, and it's really all about who's going to gain the momentum with the kill count. We've talked about it on this map before, as we see this going back and forth, but Godlike now establishing some dominance on P1, up to 21 points. Not on the hard point right now, but you see the angles they have locked down. They might not be racking up points, but they're absolutely preventing Galorys from wrapping up points here. 23-4 with the point contested, and now in control of Godlike. We're starting to see a bit of separation among these two teams early in this fight, Gil. We're headed into P2. Let's see how this goes.
And all because of how little impact those kills were actually having in favor of Galorys. Yes, they were getting kills, but they were not getting any time inside of the hill. And as they try to rotate onto the next hill, they are quickly kicked out of the place. Great job down here by Godlike, doing a tremendous job in here. Trunks finding that kill onto Foki. And because of that, it's going to get way more difficult for Galorys to try to get back out. They're spawning on both sides at the same time. They're trying to find their groove. They're trying to find an opening. But in here, it seems like Godlike are not willing to give up any sort of momentum. And as such, in only 2 hills, the gap is of over 50 seconds and increasing by the time being because of how well coordinated. And that triple kill by Learn is going to happen. Great job done. Great control. Overall, excellent gameplay coming down from the Garena team.
Yeah, it is clear at this point, if you let Godlike set up on the hard point, they're going to make it near impossible for you to break. Godlike really doing a great job of early rotations. As you see, Abiz getting that rotation shut down there. This is a chance for Galorys, but up to this point, Godlike has locked down the hard point and then established some sectors of fire, overlapping sectors of fire, getting into that army terminology, but that is what works here. Once you lock down the hard point, you have to cover those lanes, and now Galorys giving them a test of their own medicine as Godlike Neutrino here trying to break with the War Machine. Lots of shots out, but no kills so far. Not getting the utility he's hoping for out of this War Machine, but Godlike still able to get this break in, although highly contested. And Neutrino, no love on the War Machine, but able to lock it down and get the kill there with the Odin on the hard point. Still contested though, and now Galorys locks that down. Somehow Galorys breaks. This is just back and forth on this hard point right now, Gil. Both teams fighting for a chance at the momentum, but Godlike clearly in the lead.
And finally they break through it, but the second they do, it is immediate back and forth. You said it, they are fighting a lot for this kill, but even if they are, I just feel like Galorys are not finding the continuous control that they need to. They have to make sure they do, or else Godlike, if they continue to do what they're doing, they are just going to steamroll over them, which is what we've seen so far. We're moving on to the next point, the next kill. In here, Trunks is going to be defending from Garage. Going to take one, change weapon, goes for the Fennec kill, takes it like it's nothing. There's a double kill coming down from Foki from up above using the Pride missile, but is it going to be enough? That's going to be the question. Trunks with one, going to go for 2. Through the smoke, hits 2. Through the smoke, tries to go for the third one, does not get it. They're shooting from behind, tries to continue to give the control for the squad, but it's still going to be quite problematic because it's also Galorys with the usage of the operators. There's a double there for Lucas in using the Annihilator. He's great with it. Unfortunately enough, he gets executed by Avism, and then Trunks with the kill. There's the cleanup in favor of Godlike, once again trying to retake control in here.
Yeah, Godlike clearly getting the better of the fight when it comes to positioning and 1v1 gunfights. Although you see there, Galorys able to lock that down. Godlike, though, still racking up the points. Little bits of contesting here and there from Galorys, but Godlike with a near full hold on that point there. They're up to 122-51 in the point differential, and Galorys, Mihawk there trying to claw something back, but they're going back and forth you know, like they can't keep trading kills. You can't trade kills when you're down 70 points. You have to get momentum. And so Galorys trying anything they can. But if Godlike is able to solidly lock down this P1, that is a very clear indicator about who has the momentum in this fight right now.
Yeah, it is indeed a deciding factor in there. I'm also taking a look onto the overall kills. I want to say that they are sort of similar, but that's just definitely not showing up in the scoreboard. And I feel like a big part of it is because Godlike have got the experience against Elevate, for example, who are a team that, although may not sometimes dominate on the kill department, they always are really, really good at maintaining point control, kill control. And that's exactly what they're doing. Although the kills are quite even, the strategy behind actually holding inside of the kill has worked really, really good in favor of Godlike, and I feel like that comes down from that experience they've had in the past. And in here, Galorys, they gotta make some changes, some adjustments. I also want to question a little bit about Papsera. You know, it's seemingly not being his best game so far, as he's only with 6 kills for the time being.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The kills look very, very even with 2 exceptions. Pabs are not able to get more than 7 kills up to this point, but Trunks at 27 kills. Those are the only 2 outliers in the kill differential, and seemingly that is enough to make a massive difference as Godlike goes up over 75 points ahead now. Galorys doing the smart thing here and breaking with 3. That's what it takes to be successful with that, but it really matters. How long can they hold it as Godlike pushes in here? And we see Foki shutting down Trunks, and that able to give them the closeout points on this hard point. But going into this next hard point, they will still be almost 50 points down. Hen now with the Sparrow, and struggles at the end there to get the final value. But now we're in a 50-point game. Godlike in control. Godlike already set up on the next point, but with only 1 player. He's got 3. Neutrino has 3 players pushing into him right now, and his team's trying to catch up. This is all down to whether Neutrino can hold it out, and no, he gets hit with the Annihilator. Lucas pushing forward slowly and carefully, trying to get utility out of this Annihilator, but now it's a 50-50 fight for the hard point with both teams crashing in. Galorys with the slight advantage, but Godlike nading and pushing 4 nades into 5 nades. Now 5 nades into this hard point, getting as much utility out of those lethals as possible, but not getting the kills they need. And now Foki with the equalizer holding them back. This is Galorys' best hard point so far. They're going to need to keep this turnaround up if they want to claw their way back in. They're within 25 points now.
Yeah, it must have been the well coordination that they have gotten up their sleeves that is working really, really good their way. They have finally closed that gap. They're only losing by less than 20 seconds in here, still maintaining control through the last 10 seconds. Look at Foki there with a shotgun, finding 1, finding 2, cleaning that area up for his allies. He knows that they're going to be pushing, gets another kill now. That's a triple against Neutrino. Immediately pushes for more. He's bloodthirsty, wants to get the next kill with the gloves, takes it with his shotgun. Not fast enough, but the damage done, and that could allow the allies over on the side of Galorys to get inside. There's a base with a shotgun, getting 1, going for 2, not gonna be enough. Lucas in trying to get inside with a double kill in there. There's the use of Prevail's operator who allows the side of Godlike to clean, but there's Hen with a nade. That is gonna be the open up that the side of Galorys needed.
Yeah, this is high intensity at the end of the game, and really what we've seen is as the kill differential started to even out, Galorys started to move up the points, but now Godlike back in control. Almost 30 seconds left on this point in an extremely solid control of this point. Perfect positioning there from Neutrino as he shoots 2 enemy players in the back to protect that hard point. It's that positioning that is really making the difference here for Godlike, and with 14, 13 seconds left on this hard point, it looks like they will be able to completely close it out and extend that point differential out again to nearly 50 points. Another absolute mandate for Galorys to crawl back in this point differential, and Godlike much, much closer to the win, within 1 potential hard point hold of the win here over Galorys. As we see Foki getting shut down, Learn and Trunks with kills. Mihawk, though, with the operator, that claw, doing some work for him as all of these teams rush in to this P1. At this point, usually playing P1 super cautiously, but both teams playing very aggressively right now as we're so close to Godlike being able to run away with this. And Galorys trying to prevent a full hold on P1, which would be an embarrassing end, and successfully doing so. Able to shut down that P1, able to get some time on, and Godlike now has some decisions to make. Do they push into P1? Do they risk their rotation into the next one, or do they pull back? And it looks like they've made the decision to put on the pressure here, Gil. They're holding nothing back and try to take this game off of Galorys.
And I feel like that was the right call for Galorys to continue to be fighting. They cannot allow the side of Godlike to feel any more comfortable than they already are. There's a 25-point gap, and on the rotation for point number 2, we're gonna see a Vincent with 31 kills, Type 19 in hand, patiently waiting for the next victim to walk by. At a distance, there's gonna be an enemy, tries to shoot at him, not gonna land anything in here. There's the shotgun, fuck you with 1, fuck you with 2, and the usage of the Sparrow could help out the side of Godlike. Not gonna be enough. There's Lucasine with the Annihilator, also the Sparrow coming down from hand. That's the push from the side of Galorys. A headshot for Lucasine through the smoke, waiting for anybody to walk by. A great control. There's even more operators being used at the same time by Galorys. A great job done in here. Another double for the side of Mihawk. There's Popsera with the War Machine. Complete chaos all over the place. There's Foggy now with the usage of the Equalizer, completely controlling the opponents and turning this game around. The comeback about to happen. Galorys doing an outstanding job, and Galorys are now the ones that have to make sure that they secure the next kill.
Yeah, absolutely incredible lineup of operator skills there. It was 100% necessary for Galorys to do that, to be able to hold that point down. But what you see here from Godlike is you see them back off. You saw them move and rotate very early to the next hard point, knowing that that wasn't a final point. Godlike may be making the right decision here to back off from there and secure the remaining hard point here, because this could be the winner for either one of these teams. But despite that early rotation, Galorys already pressuring. Foki there going down, had a chance. Lucas going down, had a chance. And it looks like Godlike barely holding on to this hard point right now. Neutrino with the War Machine out. Got a good lineup, but he's got to hit these shots as the team of Galorys pushes in to contest here to stop the counter of Godlike. Godlike clawing it back second by second. Trunks with the Purifier out. Absolutely one of the most dominant operators on a hard point map, able to clear that point. But he's pushed out from the point and he's in the wrong direction as the team from Galorys comes in from the other side. Gonna see if he can get some use out of that Purifier, but he's downed. Mihawk coming in, last-ditch efforts here with almost 10 seconds left on the clock with this hard point, and Godlike able to lock it down, get those final few seconds as everyone now scrambles for the rotation. A late rotation for both teams because this is such a close fight for every second on the hard point, but Godlike able to get there early and prevail, locks it down, builds them some space as Galorys here trying to break. Tied up at 236. This point is the final point, and Galorys has to take this opportunity. It's contested, but Godlike slightly in control. We're coming into the final 10 points for Godlike. They've taken the lead back. They're in control of the game, and Godlike, oh, it's contested with 249. Galorys with a hero effort here at the end. A possible 1-point differential, but prevail all over the place here with his Fennec. He's going to try and secure this win. Still contested 249.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Finally able to pull out the win. An insane ending to that hard point. Stuck on 249 with the point contested for what seemed like forever. What an intense. And so here we go into the search and destroy. Are these teams going to be able to add some patience into the game? We're on this map with so many 90-degree angles, so many corners, likely the map that you have to play search and destroy most slowly and deliberately. So we'll see how they adjust to that change in momentum here.
She said slow. Look at that. Everybody running in the middle, just pushing towards Bravo. There's going to be 3-for-1 casualties going in favor of the Latin American roster. Galorys doing a great job to begin with. Only Abyssum and Neutrino stay alive. And Neutrino took a kill. That's more to come if they want to go for the potential bomb plant in here. They do have control with the bomb, but wow, that was definitely a quick fight. I gotta be honest. You blinked and you probably missed a couple of kills or more than that. in here. Well, Bravo completely secure at a distance. Lucasine cannot be any other way. Lucasine finds the first blood for himself by eliminating Abyssum. Neutrino, only player alive for Godlike, will suffer in here but finds the first onto Mihawk. Does not have control over the bomb, which could lead to an issue in here, but there's plenty of time remaining. The side of Galorys, there's no real need for them to push or anything like that, so that difficults even more for the side of Neutrino here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Neutrino able to get some of these angles and surprise these players, but he really does not have a lot of time left anymore. He had a minute. It's down to 30 seconds. He's got to get to the bomb. He's got to make something happen. And you're right. Galorys not motivated to really push and risk themselves, but we saw what I thought we would saw. They're coming off of such an aggressive hardpoint, and there goes Galorys to close out that first match. Coming off such an aggressive hardpoint game, both of those teams ran right into mid and had the confrontation, and that's such a coin flip depending on so many circumstances, and Galorys able to come out on top of the 3-1 trade, and that determined the round. We'll see if they slow down here as we see Godlike pushing quickly up the side of this map towards the A point, and we see Prevail in a gunfight, nades going out, both teams pushing now into the A point. Galorys, all of the grenades, and we see Galorys having success again up on players early in this map. Galorys might be trying to claw this one back and take us to a game 3. They might be successful here.
I genuinely don't understand what's going on. I have to agree with you that I would initially think that this was going to be a slower paced kind of scenario, but it seems like they are now willing to wait even a second as they all push all over the place. Papsera finds the kill. Trunks try to go for it. There's the usage of the glove. What in the world was that? Trunks thought that he was dead. He played dead by dropping to the ground, but he was not. Gets taken down by the shotgun from Foki. And ladies and gentlemen, a 2-0 lead in favor of Galorys in a weird turn of events, because none of these two want to wait no more, you know? They're just trying to finish this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Galorys coming out here with a fire lit under them to try and claw this matchup back. And we see them with some success here, and that is a crazy spot for Neutrino, so close to having that headshot opportunity. Taking the shot there, he knows the player from Galorys is over there, and he's looking for the angle. Abiz slowed down with the sniper rifle, so it looks as if Godlike has slowed down how aggressively they're pushing on this map finally, and that might give them a better shot at taking one of these rounds off of Galorys, as now Galorys taking fire from both directions. Godlike trying to pinch them here, and we have Godlike down by 2 players now. Galorys still maintaining dominance on this search and destroy. This might just be Galorys' game mode.
Yeah, I mean, somebody please let me know who picked this map, because in a way, I just feel like Galorys have a better understanding of where they are, where the opponents could be at. There's just a sliver of hell left for Prevail, trying to survive, trying to prevail actually. And well, I feel like they prepared for this way better. Look at that. Lucasine finds that kill like it's nothing. 3-0 lead. After such a back and forth game of hardpoint over there, it just feels like Galorys are dominating.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's pretty clear at this point that this is a map that you pick if you've practiced it, and only if you've practiced it a lot. And some of the teams have, and some have not. This is such a unique map for Search and Destroy because of all those angles. Everything is a hard 90-degree angle, which makes corners super dangerous on this map. And it's looking like Galorys just has a better handle on where the danger areas are, where the routes are where you can push, because we see them again up 4 players to 3, staying ahead in basically every round all the way through this search and destroy. And Abiz looking for an angle here, but not pointing in the right direction, as Galorys very, very cautious on both the A and B points, but they really do have this completely locked down. Now in a 4-2 situation, Trunks and Abiz trying to pull this out. Trunks able to get a kill, but then is immediately down from behind, and Abiz, alone and unafraid, locks the kill down, but not able to get the second one. Hen closes this out, and now we are in a 4-0 situation. And Galorys turning this around completely, determined to get their shot in a game 3. And Gil, it's looking like they're not going to have a problem making that happen.
That's the thing, they're completely determined to make it happen. Are you all not entertained, ladies and gentlemen? In here, Trunks with the opportunity to finally make it happen with the help of Prevail, gets the kill, but Trunks gonna get executed in the meantime. Out of distance, hands with the double. This man already with double digits doing an insane job at keeping enemies at bay, constantly getting kills early on, but the side of Godlike finally have an answer back to that. That's gonna be the 2-for-2 trade. That's the closest we've had these rounds. Once again, the player lead in favor of Galorys, and with a triple, the only one alive is going to be a Vessel. And the second you begin to see some type of way that Godlike could have an opening, they get eliminated by the players of Galorys. Ladies and gentlemen, insane gameplay that we get in here. In a way, I don't know if this is one of those maps where you can blame it, quote unquote, blame it on the defensive or offensive role, you know? But either way, I just feel like Galorys are doing a better job.
I think this is one of those maps that is entirely dependent on map prep, and it's clear who's done better map prep for this one. I mean, that last kill in the last round was a jump peek sniper shot.
Is that?
This is crazy. Trunks actually getting something done here, and he's up for the first time. Galorys with only Pabza remaining. Godlike with Learn, it's a 1v1 situation. This is Godlike's best shot so far to take a round in this matchup, but it's just so, I mean, look at Pabza. He knows where he's going to be, right? They have better prep on this map, and he's the one with the sniper rifle with these long lanes and open spaces. I still think that the advantage is with Galorys, but this is the first shot for Godlike to actually get this done, as Learn is able to get this bomb down, and he's going to have plenty of time here. 45 seconds. Pabza has to get in there and take care of Learn, also get the defuse. So while Pabza might have the better map knowledge or better map prep, Learn has the bomb down and can move to cover it right now. Learn able to get it done.
Burn it. Burn it to the ground, Learn. Well done there. Finally, a point is going to be going in favor of Godlike. It took him 6 rounds. Problem is, we're going to be flipping spawns. Do they have a different strategy on the side of Godlike? Well, we're about to find out. And the offensive role is now going to be the Latin American players, the Brazilian players here from Galorys. Now, look at Hen and Papsera defending a potential push from their spawn. Receiving a lot of damage in the meantime, though. Right now, 5v5, nothing happened just yet. Godlike, after a great victory of a round, really well fought for against Galorys, they are trying to, in a way, snowball this situation, because that's exactly what they need. They've struggled on the first half. Can they turn it around on the second one? As in here, no one has died yet, and as soon as I say that, Hen to the ground with a sniper shot by Habis.
Yeah, this is clear. You know, Godlike understands the position they're in. They cannot be super aggressive, or they'll just hand this game to Galorys. And so they have to be careful here. Learn going down. It's a 4-4 situation. Lots of kills coming into the feed. 2-3-1. Foki is the only one left here. Godlike potentially able to pull another round off of this and maybe start the turnaround. It looks like they've made the adjustments that they need to make. A 2v1 situation, and Trunks, having done pretty well with the Fennec here so far, is going to get a chance. But Foki with that sniper rifle, that's the advantage in these short player situations on this map. Be able to maintain some distance and engage from farther away is going to limit the ability of that Fennec to get anything done. And so this 2v1 situation is high intensity, because if Galorys is able to take it away, they are one game away from getting this into a round 3. And there it is, Godlike Neutrino able to get it done, able to lock down the second round. Let's see if Godlike has made a big enough adjustment to completely take this momentum. Gil, this would be a crazy reverse after a crazy hard point for Godlike to try and take this entire round off of Galorys.
Imagine, nah, it's too crazy, but imagine right now Godlike have 2 rounds in a row. Imagine, just imagine, guys, what could be if, I'm not even gonna say it. Let's go ahead with the game. So far no one has died, but a lot of damage has been suffered on the side of Galorys. Trunks has been the player who usually tries to go all the way around onto enemy's territory right from the get-go. This time around, not gonna get a kill, but definitely confuses enemies enough so that they all turn around and try to look out for him. 4 players pushing in. Trunks Still gonna have the ability to defend and gets executed by Foki's shotgun. Great job done in there. Trunks to the ground. Aviz with a sniper, waiting for someone to walk by. Foki still pushing forward, using that R9, the Doof Doof, doing a lot of good for both of these teams. There's Prevail, who gets executed by Foki, who pushes for more, gets a shot, tries to go for the kill, does not get it, but distracts for long enough so that Pavsera can get that kill. The 3-for-1 trade is going to be huge in favor of Galorys.
Yeah, and Mihawk able to get in behind the player there. It gets the double and kills Neutrino and Learn. Mihawk just closes that round out from under us. I mean, he found the angles, he found the route, and those players never even saw him coming. Those are the easiest shots of the entire tournament so far from Mihawk. Able to close this round out, and now Galorys 1 round away from sending this into a game 3 and having a shot at getting the win after a devastating hardpoint loss in that first round.
Aviz gets a kill, but immediately gets revenge fragged by Pavsera. The 1-for-1 trade, not necessarily bad, but not the best there for Godlike. As we reminded, they're a single round away from dropping the ball on map number 2, and for us to go into a third one. So far, they're trying to take it slow. They're trying to be patient. 2 defending Bravo, 2 defending Alpha in a way. But what is going to be the strategy from Galorys? That is going to be the biggest question in here. 4v4, ladies and gentlemen. This map has been terribly bad for the side of Godlike as they attempt to somehow, some way go for a comeback situation. A nade is going to land onto Foki, but not going to be a kill though.
Expecting Godlike to be super cautious here. Constant trades going through right now. Prevail with that shotgun taken down by Pabsra. And now we're in a situation where Galorys has 2 players up. Godlike has 2 players up. It's keeping this even all the way through. Godlike fighting for another round, and Galorys fighting to close out the search and destroy and get us to a round 3 control. Nice and slow, but unfortunately, Lucas able to win that. Now Neutrino trades into a 1v1 situation. Neutrino up against Pabsra, and they're going to have to seek each other out, find this thing. There's only 17 seconds left here in this round, and the fact of the matter is the bomb's not down. It's going down now. Pabsra in a super vulnerable position, and he's taken out. That was a time death. Neutrino with the patience, waiting for him to put that down, and now Godlike stays alive for another round, hangs on, attempting to in any way keep this from going to a control round. But Galorys, shot after shot here to win their final round, and they can take this a little bit aggressively, knowing that they can drop a couple of rounds, still be ahead, and really try and close this out. That's what we see right now. Galorys super aggressive in the middle. Abiz, the only one left from Godlike, a 3-1 situation. Galorys looking to close this out, trying to force the control game. Abiz with the sniper, being cautious. He knows where the Galorys team is. He has to push in. The bomb is now down. He gets 1 kill from the bomb planter, but there's 2 players left overwatching this bomb. He's going to throw the grenades in, gets 1 kill, almost able to get that triple, but Galorys finally closing out that search and destroy is going to put us into a control round. Because the moment you're 6 or 7 lives down on control, you start to get really careful. You don't want to go down 10 or 12. It almost feels like the round is over at that point. So these early gunfights, super important to determine which team has that starting momentum and which team might be able to get that first round of control win. And we have Galorys on offense here. Neutrino holding that head glitch in defense, but it does him no good as he goes down. Godlike suffering the kills a little bit worse, but only 1 differential, and now Galorys starting work on that A point, and we're going to see Godlike try and push in on A. 2 players coming in now. You see on the minimap, they're swarming this, and all the action with Prevail, taking players off of head glitches, able to start to reset that, completely undo all of Galorys' progress. Mihawk trying to get in there, getting some kills on the way, but this is back and forth, and right now it is looking like Godlike is putting up a great defense on this control round.
Yeah, an outstanding defense, in fact, because yes, they're losing lives, but they're not losing any sort of control of the objectives, which is going to be huge. If you think about the fact that there's less than 40 seconds left, getting inside of the hill, there is going to be a hand, gets one, hand inside of the hill, going for more. I feel like that push may have been a bit of an overextend for him. There's Trunks trying to get a kill through the smoke, receiving a lot of damage. Finally, we see some control, but that's quickly going to be broken by Neutrino. Neutrino here with a push against two opponents at once, gets the first onto Mihawk, goes for the second onto, I think that was Lucasin if I'm not mistaken, and he does not get it, but the control is still there. It's interesting to see how a bit of a last minute push is going on here by Galorys, but somehow, some way, it's sort of working. Who is now going to be the lives, Mark?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is not the same kind of two-base push we saw in our previous control game. This is a move of desperation, but they are locking down sections on these points. They have 8 lives left. They have almost, you know, like it's almost a 2v1 situation with lives left, but now we see Galorys take an objective. They've made progress on B already. Godlike committing to that B point to try and defend, and Neutrino successfully with the 2-piece. That's huge loss of momentum, but still, having secured that first point, they've given themselves quite a bit more time, but they only have 5 lives left here. Galorys going to have to get something done while being extremely careful. Now, under a minute left, trades go in. Godlike wants every trade that they can get, being 8 lives up. There it goes, 10-4. Galorys barely holding on here, but time ticking down, and Godlike, all they have to do is hit their shots. Only 3 lives left. 3 players up for Galorys. A 3v5 is not what you want to control. And there go one more of those lives, 2v7. And Galorys still making progress on that point. They have an opportunity to close out B here. Lucas with the hero move, unable to get it done. That was closer than it looked there at the end. That was almost an objective win out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, closer than it should have. The last few seconds, Galorys are like, you know what, I'm going to use an operator, I'm going to use score streaks. The very end, we saw Godlike actually have to use one of their own operators because of how close that was. As you mentioned, the objective was nearly captured by the side of Galorys, but we said it was a desperate move. It was a desperation move. It was not necessarily that they were coordinating that sort of play. It's more that they had to play it like that in order to attempt for something to happen. That's something that Galorys cannot allow if they want to win this game on the opposite end of the spectrum. We've seen how good and how well coordinated Galorys can be on a game of control. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a quickly push on both angles at the same time. Right now, it is Abyss, I think, the one that's getting closer towards Bravo. He is currently inside of the hill, and it seems like Galorys just does not care.
Yeah, this is looking to be a full commit to the A point from Galorys as we continue to see the Godlike team make that progress on B, about to hit their second tick onto that B, and no Galorys players going to defend, although it does look like we see a couple going in over there. Nades coming in. We're going to see if Godlike can hold out and get this final tick, but no, he goes down. Galorys now undoing what they can from that third section, but Godlike also attacking A and making some progress. You see Trunks with the claw out, trying to get as much utility out of that as possible, barely gets the head glitch on Lucas, and it's taken down as he gets back on to that objective. Now with Godlike, they've got some progress on B, got some progress on A, but Galorys in control of both of those objectives at this point. A completely undone, and we are down to 20 seconds left. This is absolute crunch time for Godlike. The lives almost even, and this is a situation where it is not looking good for Godlike as Galorys really has this lockdown. 8 seconds now left, able to keep their lives intact. Godlike Neutrino taking out one player, taking out 2. There's multiple deaths going on in the kill feed, but we've only got...
No, Neutrino goes out of the objective! Neutrino, oh my god.
Oh my god, that was a weird ending to that, because they Godlike could not get the progress on the points, but neither team was going down fast enough to die by the end of the timer, and it just came down to just a weird situation where I think they realized at the end there, Godlike, that they just did not have the time to close out any of those objectives and add time to the clock. But here we are in this third round, the final round to determine this matchup. Scores starts even and stays pretty even as we get into the first couple of seconds of this round, and we're going to see if Godlike is able to pull this out, or if Galorys goes on the attack and locks down these objectives. The Sparrow out, the double kill from Hen. Huge value from the Sparrow early, trying to get as much utility out of these operators as possible to get the score down on the other team. If you can get that 10 life differential, the entire pace of play changes, and that's what this early game is about, as we see Galorys start to make progress on that B point, but Godlike coming in force here. Gil, this is high intensity early as these teams fight for the win in this last round of Control.
Yeah, a lot of aggression going towards B by the hands of Galorys. 2 ticks have already been taken. Look at Mihawk patiently waiting for someone else to walk by, but look at Godlike. They just do not care about this objective the same way Galorys did not on their own round, but this time the objective was taken. 1:47 on the clock. Alpha is being fought for. Hen eventually gets taken down. A lot of usage of the sniper, and the roles have reversed in a way because Galorys are doing a great job at capitalizing on the OBJs. That could be hurtful a lot for the side of Godlike, who are currently in an attempt to be spawn trapped in here. Look at Neutrino, who's trying to prevent that from being the case, but still managed to get that kill. 18-15, and ladies and gentlemen, these could be really hurtful for the side of Godlike, because they have, in a way, they have to use those operators in order to actually be able to defend, because Galorys' control is out of this world. Look at that triple kill by Pamsera, immediately pushing for more. That's gonna be a quadra finally gonna be executed, but look at that, the time, the objective, it's already being captured right now. All they need is a few extra seconds, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a round in favor of the Latin American roster. Ladies and gentlemen, a 2-1 lead, and in this time, in this day, Godlike have the lower end of the spectrum as they are losing against Galorys.
Yeah, this is Galorys performing with excellence to try and pull back this entire series. A heartbreak loss on hardpoint, but that resilience we've talked about before, they did not let it allow them to lose momentum, to take away a dominant search and destroy game, and now they're in a position up 1 round on Control, fully able to potentially lock this thing down and take this entire series off of Godlike. Godlike, as last year's runner-up, would be absolutely heartbroken to go out like that after such an exciting win on hardpoint. But we've got, again, relatively even kills between these two teams and a little bit of progress there on A. Godlike with enough time, but not in control of either objective right now. That has been a major difference here with Galorys getting a little bit better objective control, win on offense earlier in the game, but with what seems like outstanding defense so far. And Gil, if Galorys is able to continue to lock down these objectives, that's going to be game over here pretty quick.
Game over could be attending us soon. Alpha is currently being captured by Neutrino here with the War Machine. Gonna get 1, gonna get 2 at a distance, just throwing those potatoes, making sure no one can walk through those doors. Great control there of the OBJ by the hands of Godlike. Probably could be the lies, but oh my god, Neutrino nearly killing himself there. Not gonna be the case, but I'm sure that he was scared there for a second there. Abyss gonna get the headshot onto Mihawk, immediately pushing for more without realizing that Pamsera was closer than he anticipated. In 18-15 in this round. This round is super huge for both teams. The side of Galorys wants to take it home. The side of Godlike wants to make it to a 5th round. Is it possible though? Lucasin with a sniper gonna take that shot halfway through, getting that Annihilator. Obviously does have his own Annihilator, but immediately gets executed. A waste of an operator that is definitely gonna hurt the back of the side of Godlike.
Yeah, absolutely. These even kills, 1 objective left here for Godlike to take, but seemingly unable to make it to that objective with Galorys having it locked down. Less than a minute now. Super close kills. Both teams playing a little bit more cautiously to protect those kills, but with this amount of time left, Godlike needs to be aggressive. They have to get to that B point. They're down on lives, even more so now. Only 6 left. Only a tiny little tick of progress on that B point contested. Godlike now making more progress, but with only 5 lives left, 6 lives left on the side of Galorys. They get the tick in here, maybe. They get the tick in. That time is stopped at 45 seconds while they're making progress. As long as they're able to control this objective, they can do whatever they want and finish this game. But constant pressure from Galorys.
It's over, man. They've done it, Galorys.
Galorys just
Look at this
unwilling to
screen.
relent. Huge
He
win
ain't
for
no
Galorys.
way.
After an emotional win for Godlike in that first hard point, they took the win off. You saw the huge celebration, but then at the start of Search and Destroy, all of that intensity from the hard point meant that Godlike win.